Hey everyone, we bring you back Chris Fortell for the show today. We're going to talk about what does he see going on with Southern California real estate into the future. We're going to ask him to look in his crystal ball, and we're going to debate this like a ping pong ball because I'm going to share my opinions, even though I have zero data about SoCal. So don't listen to me, listen to Chris. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, Mike. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. So we knew what topic number 3 was. We're going to look into the future, think late 21, 22, 23. What do you see going on in Southern California real estate? Start wherever you want.
Yeah, so I think Southern California is going to continue to grow this year in 2021. I don't see that decline unless the rest of the economy declines as well. I continue to see prices going up. A lot of first-time buyers finally getting in, the millennials buying their first homes, but I don't see a sharp and sudden decline coming in the near future in 2021 unless the rest of the market does as well.
Yeah, so I think if so we're talking about price value, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think prices in California through 2021 I think like let's just say, as we said in video number 2, let's just assume the appreciation was 10% in LA. I still think you have appreciation in 2021. I do think it moderates. I think what we are going to go through is a moderation. So if it was 10%, and I have no reason to believe it was or wasn't, I don't have the data, I would tell you it's probably going to be more like 4%, maybe 5% in 2021, because you're going to have that tug and pull, that push from higher interest rates. We've already seen that. You know, my conversation later today was Matt, the mortgage guy, my broker. So rates are already going up, and that rate makes a difference on a 600K house, right? Suddenly debt service and debt to income really starts to look stretched. And then we are going to see there will likely be higher taxes in California. There will likely be punitive things for quote unquote the successfuls. There's been talk about an additional tax on millionaires. So I think we're going to continue to open the door to have people like Graham Stephan, Meet Kevin leave, right? They make 7 figures a year talking into a camera. They can do that anywhere, right? So why would you live in California if that's essentially most of your income? You wouldn't. Why pay 13.3 or what might become 14.9? Why would you do that? I think you will see a lot of entertainers leave, including actors and actresses. And again, they'll use their Tesla or they'll fly in their little Cessnas and just fly back and forth. So I think California, it's going to continue to lose the rich, which unfortunately, when you play this out into 2022, means higher taxes on the middle class. I think that is such a thing that politicians don't want to talk about, but I've done the math, right? In California, the 1%, right or wrong, pays greater than 40% of all state taxes. It's a fact. If we lose 30% of the 1%, where does that tax revenue come from, right? It's got to be made up somewhere. So you can raise a little bit on the remaining 0.7, but you got to go back to the middle class and raise taxes. That's how the math works. And I think California is going to have a couple of rough years. I think California in general kind of does what LA is. It cuts its appreciation in half this year. And then for the next couple of years, it kind of flatlines, I think. I don't really see a downturn unless rates explode higher, which is possible. But yeah, the door is open. The rich are leaving and companies are leaving, right? Oracle, HP, Tesla. And that's tax revenue that's, difficult to replace, at least in the short term. So I think California's got a lot of structural problems. We have a spending addiction in the government, lots of pet projects. And while our 2021 budget doesn't look this bad because of the stock taxes has been higher than expected, I think it will be worse going forward. So I think good old Gavin needs to be recalled, frankly, and we need to get somebody in there that's not addicted to spending, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think Gavin needs to be recalled as well. I made a video about it before. California's spending problem is really deep, and if you look at where they're spending their money, because like you said, we're seeing the rich leave. That's 40% of the tax revenue. What common sense would be is then you cut spending to negate that. Mm-hmm. California is not going to cut spending. If you look at how much people are making, there's people in government making over $1 million a year, over $500,000 a year. And I hate to tell people, there's firefighters that make $500,000 a year. There are some high income earners in government city managers make $500,000-$600,000 a year. If you look at like San Jose's city manager, his entire compensation package is about $700,000 a year.
Oh,
and when you have the rich leave, it's going to create a huge deficit in spending that may or may not be able to be recovered from.
well, the beauty about the state budget is that you can't go negative. So it will have to be made up somewhere. And that just means, because again, we won't stop. I mean, and with the existing leadership that has been entrenched for decades, they won't stop spending. So I'm trying to warn the middle class. You probably won't feel it in 2021, but you're going to feel it in 2022 when they realize, oh my God, we're spending more than we take in by the tune of $10 billion. Where do we go? Oh, sorry. Let's pass this 1% here and 0.5% there. And don't worry, you live in California, enjoy the weather. I mean, that's just what's coming.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. And, it's even led people like me, my parents, everyone, they always say, it's time to go. It's a conversation, I think, in every household in California. Is it time to go? And the things that are keeping people here is family and things like that. But when that eventually goes away, the older generations pass away, people are going to start thinking, well, I can't afford to buy a house, can't afford to have kids here. Should I go? And it's going to lead a lot of people to leave.
Yeah. So yeah, I am, I guess I'm okay for 2021, folks. I think you do have California appreciation. I think it's half of whatever 2020 was, but I'm a little nervous about what goes on in 22, 23, and 24. Are you in the same camp, or do you have a rosier picture than that?
No, I'm definitely a little bit nervous going in 22, 23, 24. The market, it's going to shift, and we're going to have to adapt. It's going to be a sight to see, especially as these companies are going to fully remote jobs.
Yeah.
If you have a fully remote job, why live here? I mean, the weather's great. I get it. I don't think the market could ever be, somewhere like in the sticks because the weather's great, the beaches are great, all of that. But at the end of the day, if you have a remote job and you're making the same amount of money, you can take that money to Texas, North Carolina, Nevada, wherever, Arizona, and have a lot better quality of life. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly. Well, Chris, thank you for reaching out. This has been a lot of fun. These 3 videos will be loaded today. Thanks, buddy.
Awesome. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it.